Then let's start. Take the place you feel well in. I mean, it's the couch, I know, but take a second place you feel well in. And that's actually this couch. Huh? What we try to do is to make our body our couch we feel well in, you know, relax. And just being in the body is a source of joy and relaxment. Okay? Like always, my starting exercise, take a little bit of time. Yeah, have it on your hands. Take it. And it's not soul, huh? It's time I bring to my heart. I give myself time. I perceive into the realm of my chest, the breast, back to my shoulder blades. The inner reacts. And I let it stream along my body. Enjoy it making me upright. And the heel slide. Okay, and breathe. We go directly into our triangles of light and weight. We have this uprightness. It's already there. Huh? We connected with the earth, and this made us upright. So when you do now, you go down to your fingertips, with your fingertips below your feet. You draw the triangle. And how do you have to feel it? That it makes you upright. Light. And then you try to imagine a line going from the left fingertips to the right fingertips. And you feel the within and the without. What's outside? Both. And then you let go. Little step. This, try now, do it again in such a way that how do you have to feel it, that it grounds you, it does not pull you up, yeah, but actually this going upwards actually creates roots, and try to experience it as a two-dimensional realm. If you want to say hello to the etheric, it's always something two-dimensional, yeah. So you go down there, you draw the triangle, and it's a plane you are in. And going up just by not losing yourself still grounds you. And this allows you to enjoy being light. And then let go. And the same when we create the weight. And yeah, when we create the weight, it's also not just weight. We also search for what carries us. So when you now go from above, downwards, and again imagine a plane, not a pyramid, not space. It's a plane. And a step to the side. And the plane pulls you downwards. But then you also can start feeling yourself, and maybe you notice, I feel my weight, but I feel something supporting me. And the question is, can you, your inner eyes, how do they perceive it? And then let's go and breathe. And last time I invited you to do the O gesture as if it would go around both triangles. And now let's just imagine they are to do the O. Yeah. Gesture, I go forward. You can stand the O. And you try to have a feeling you have a lot in it. And then just try it that you can with the O regulate the balance if I turn my hands a little bit, I can emphasize the triangle of light. Now it's a little bit more spatial, I confess. And if I turn my hands a little bit the other way around, I can create the feeling in my body of becoming looser, but also I feel this forces going down. Just play with it a little bit. Oh, creating light forces, which are light, so light and weightless, and create forces of darkness, weight, which also has carrying forces in. Okay, and let's go. And breathe, relax. Yeah. We can discuss it a little bit maybe in the Q&A afterwards. And now we go to the reverence E, which was asked. And yeah, normally you say, okay, that's the E, and you just normally do it. You feel, yeah, I'm with me. Yeah, I'm comforting myself. But why do you call it reference E? And the pronunciation is E. I can explain later, not E. So it's the archetypal way of speaking E. Maybe let go and cross the arms the other way. The one arm goes in, the other one, E. Yeah, and then you can say, okay, you cross your arms, that's because it's E. Let's repeat one more time the E from behind and in front. So stretch one arm out, and the other one is in front of your chest, and then one arm goes out and the other one comes in. And then you notice they stop at a certain point. That's, I call this the fence of my garden, where I can have a cup of a chat with my neighbor. So a friendly chat. You can do it with the other arm, yeah, and in and out. And then you create a certain pressure because one arm wants to go out and the other one wants to come in. That's what it is about in every conversation. Yeah, you want to meet. And then let go and breathe. And why I show this is because E is always a meeting of opposites. So when you have your arms right and left, and you do an E, yeah, you cross left and right. And then you press your hands against each other to make it stable, yeah, stronger. And that's why for me, the reverence E is not, I put my hands on my shoulders, but it's the same. When you do again, one arm goes out, the other one goes in. Okay, there's one coming, the other's going out, and then the E happens. And when you now cross your arms like this, preparing for the reverence E, you could imagine that in the middle of your body, of your soul, someone is sitting. And when the arms come in, this comes towards the surface. Yeah. So that's a meeting from what's coming from the outside and what's coming from within. I hope you can understand what I mean. So at the same time, when something is moving towards me, I am moving towards it. And the point where they meet is the surface of my body. Yeah? And enjoy this place and then let go. So all I wanted to say that the reverence E is not a one-way E, but it's again a meeting from inside and outside, which takes place on the surface. That's also just a picture of my body. Okay, you can ask questions later if there's still time, or write them in the chat. And last thing, I want to pick up the L and I just mentioned that Steiner gave this, proposed you can do the L to activate formative forces in your teeth. And then it said, and then afterwards, add an O or an R, depending on if you want to reach the lower part of your mouth, I don't know the words now, or the upper jaws. Yeah, the lower jaws or the upper jaws. And I'm not telling you now, yeah, we just trying it out, but maybe just do an R. We do it classical now that you form your R, or just in one way that you create the R above. And then slowly you lead it down. Yeah. How you sometimes do it. Just to have time to experience the R and not just doing it without any movement. Let go. By letting go, the arms rise again. Then bring radiation into your arms, heart radiation. And then slowly lead them down, keeping the R radiation alive. Yeah? That far as it feels good. Relax, let go. Let's do the same with the O. Yeah? You create an O above the head, as round as possible. You can't see it. Only the others can see if it's round. And then again, bring some loving radiation, fullness, and start moving the arms down in a bow. Yeah? That you bring the O, you guide the O slowly down towards your hips. And you try to still experience the fullness of the O and let go. Last time, the O should become a full body experience, despite of its own in the arms. Yeah? So you enjoy creating the O. Your inner perception tell you, is it round, is it full, is it big? And when you like it, you start leading it down. And your whole body is enjoying the O coming down. O. What does it do to you? And let go. Everything is fine. It's not nothing specific. Just you have the feeling it's doing something. And now we do the L, maybe 3 times, and afterwards we lead the R down, and you observe, has it more effect in the upper jaws or in the lower jaws? And afterwards do the same, and we lead the O down, and you ask the same question. And there's no right and wrong. It's trying out and having, yeah. But Steiner indicated there's a difference, and we just try, can we feel it? Yeah. 3 times an L. Yeah. Relax. Yeah, you can have your legs a little bit apart, that they work also a little bit, yeah. So you go down, compression, rising, expansion, compression. And you start feeling towards your mouth, towards your head, towards your skull. And a 3rd time. Compression. Expansion, controlled expansion. Close your legs gently. Create the R. Radiate through it. Lead it down. Observe your jaws. What do you notice? Position, feelings, whatever. We do the same and with the O afterwards before we go into the breakout rooms to exchange. Okay. L, compression. Rising. Controlled expansion above. Compression coming forward. Rising. Upper system. Expansion. Allow it to happen in your body. Compression. Wow, let the body feel it. Close your legs, keep them gentle, soft. O above. Feel it, make it round, enjoyable. Observe your jaws. The teeth. Maybe do the second time, just to verify. Tiny differences between how was it with the R, how was it with the O, and slowly sit down and relax. And take time to just forget about all the theories, just enjoy what it is doing in your body. What do you observe now? When I send you now to the breakout rooms, it's only 10 minutes because we don't have so much time. I would like to encourage you, share something of your homework, something you've discovered first. And I would like to encourage you to bring it by doing it, showing something, yeah? What you have encountered or just what you have done. Because you might notice that I try to encourage you, teach things you can do. Yeah? I want that you overcome maybe a shyness, oh, I'm not good enough, I cannot do things, that you discover, yes, you are able to do things, and I show you the things you can do, yeah? Or we can find out where are the borders. That's why I encourage you, share by doing, and then you can still discuss briefly, what did you observe, yeah, in these last 15 minutes, or with the teeth, or whatever you discovered. That you are free. Huh?
Okay, so I'm curious to know about what people experienced with the R and the O. For me, the R was the lower jaw and the O was the upper jaw. And I have to say, during that exercise, I found a ridiculous amount of saliva flowing around my mouth. It was quite ridiculous.
Now, in this exercise now.
Yeah. Just now.
More comments.
Okay, then you go.
Shall I go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. So with Maya, we were observing that the L brings a lot of regenerative force and lightness to something that can be heavy. And so it's very empowering and very energetic, gives back energy. And Maya gave a very nice example. She said, bringing from below, so from the material, from what can be a material problem to the spirit and comes back a little bit lighter then. So I very much felt like that. And the O is more, so the L is more energetic, the O is more present, but very stable. It can be a little bit more heavy. It recalls me to my own experience as being here. I am here. And another thing that I found very useful was when Theodore said about to pay attention to the jaw, because in fact, my face was like this. And I thought that was a very nice observation to come back to a place where the jaw actually can be normal and relaxed.
When did it happen? When did it come back to normal?
So when you said it, I was doing the O and I was like this. It was very tense. Yeah.
Okay, next one. You know, we could now spend hours on this. It's so amazing. And there's no right and wrong. Steiner says from everything you say, also the opposite is valid. And only if you bring those two together, you can find reality. So please don't be shy when with some person it does like this and the other one it does like this, you know. Yeah, both is possible. So continue, please.
So then I bring exactly the opposite, because for me,
Yes.
it was so tiring to do this. It was like I was feeling like exhausted. And I thought, wow, but it was supposed to be for energizing. Why am I feeling like this, like this heaviness and exhausting? And then I thought, maybe I'm doing something wrong. So that's always possible. And then we will have the chance to see details together. But I don't really believe it was the point. But because it's like a more free sort of movement. So if you're doing like the whole major thing together, I think you were pretty much on the boat. But anyway, that could be a possibility. And the other possibility was I have just eaten. And I ate like a real meal. So maybe yeah, it was like something that, you know, like really impact on me.
Yeah. And the point is always to bring the opposites together. So you experience, hey, and you lightness and you heaviness. And just imagine there's a worker who has to lift a heavy burden, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Then the worker will feel, how heavy it is. And the burden will feel, oh, I'm not doing anything, and become light. So it's just on which side of, yeah, are you, where do you perceive? Yeah, and then you can choose, yeah? Because even when you start feeling light, someone has to do the work for you that you start feeling light. Yeah? Okay, we bring together, we should just collect richness of observations. Angela, are you happy to leave it like this with your sharing, or do you need more? Yeah, okay. Because Farah had the same, the S made her so tired, and the next week, the same S had a different effect. Why? Yeah. This is why we try to find out. And both can be healthy. Something else to share.
I just wanted to share, I slept very, very well for the first 2-3 days. So well that I could have slept the whole day as well. And I just felt very, very relaxed. But then the Ramadan started and I have to wake up in the middle of the night to start my fast. So I sort of scaled down a bit with the exercises. But I was saying to my group that I don't know what a hangover feeling is like, because I've never been drunk, but I felt like I was hungover in the day. It was just, you know, my consciousness was a little bit like I wasn't totally there. I was in a bit of a dreamy state.
So you slept well, but it brought you too much whatever into this realm of sleep.
In wakefulness as well. I was
into the day.
I wasn't tired,
And you-
but it was a different feeling of being
Yeah.
a little away, withdrawn.
Okay, you can still have lots of questions. Is it what we're doing? Is it just happening? You can never know, but you connect it with what we have been doing and trying, yeah?
Mm.
Powerful, yeah? Anything else to be shared or asked? Can we leave it at this? Yeah? That's great, yeah? It's more to discover that we have things to share. Huh? We cannot bring everything all the time. Then it would be time to volunteer as a client, huh? And it's so nice. We just don't know who will be the next client. Only those who have already cliented can relax. Who will volunteer today? I'm out of the game. I'm not volunteering, you know? No chance. So, yeah, clients, please.
Okay, can I go?
Yes, Daniela, I saw you smiling. I saw you. Okay,
Okay.
Daniela, then present your case or a case, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so it's a child being quite destructive and always distracted, always speaking out of turn, always finishing all the task last, and always comparing himself to others. This child is messy, very artistic and very talented, but being challenged, being brought up in Steiner environment, is challenged with computer and technology, and so that really frustrates the child. It's an older child. It's not exactly a young child. The child doesn't feel that is capable as the neurotypical children, and finds it difficult to socialize. There is an element of anxiety, a bit asthmatic, and the asthma came when the child was 8 years old. Sometimes the child has a weak bladder still. It's getting into teenage years, and the bladder is still weak. And I think that, in my opinion, the main issue here is not being able to stop what comes out from the mouth. It's not logoroic, it's not like verbal diarrhea, but it's always overriding someone else that is talking. And I think I decided to bring this because, well, I want to be helpful to this person, but I also think that it's a sign of ADHD that many of us have, and we display this characteristic in many aspects of life. So, yeah, that's what I have.
Great, thank you, Daniela. Can you just summarize again with a few keywords? You gave me the picture, but just make it 5 or 6 keywords where I think these are. Just repeat again, just in 5 lines or so.
Okay, so the child feels less than others, so social awkwardness, feels that she's not capable, developed asthma at the age of 8 years old, feels frustrated because he feels less than the other children, so unable. Develops anxiety towards teenage years, and has a problem with the bladder, incontinence.
Thank you. And now we could go into, into reflection together. What could we do? But the theory here is that we also need some kind of sense perception. Yeah. And just the attempt to have sense perception. Yeah. can it add something to not just do it what you as doctors normally do? Yeah, when you hear these things, then you go into inner meditation, what could help, what medicine, yeah? Yeah. And now, that's my question now to Daniela, would you dare to, and you cannot do it, it will always be a mixture, but to act the child. And I will now ask you to simulate the same things as we did with Farah and with Maya and Branislav. And you just imagine, yeah, how would the child lean back? How would it lean forward? How would it walk? And if you overdo it or underdo it, or if you play yourself unconsciously, that doesn't matter, but you just try to do it. And then we go into reflection in the breakout rooms. Are you ready for this, that we give it a try?
Yes.
It's an experiment. Great.
Yeah, okay.
Then
Do you want, yeah? I'm not me, okay. What do you
are the
want?
child now. And how old is she a she or he?
I didn't want to go there, but there is a problem with gender fluid, like it is very often. So it is a she by birth. But
okay, then we call her now for the moment, yeah? That we can just speak about someone in need a word, yeah? But we know now it's not fully clear. So stand up, please. And how old are you? Can you tell us, please?
12 years old.
We cannot hear you. Come closer, please. How old are you?
12.
12. Okay, now go back, please. And put the chair aside, that the chair is disturbing a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, great. And now just stand and slowly stand upright. Yeah?
Okay.
Make yourself very, very small. Go down into your knees and put your arms around you. Make like a bulb, like an onion bulb. Okay, and then slowly come up as slow as possible. Okay, then put your leg to the left and to the right. And then slowly lean backwards as far as feels good. Okay, nice. And come to the middle again. Make 2 steps backwards, please. And let's repeat. Yes, thank you. 1 foot to the right, the other one to the left. And then again, lean backwards. Great. And again, come to the center, close your legs. And if you don't mind, turn to the side that we can see you from the side, just 90 degrees. Do the same, 1 foot to the right, the other one to the left. And then lean backwards. Okay, and you are the 12-year-old person, and to the center. Okay, lean forward as much as feels good. Okay, a little bit more. And even more. And go back to yours. Yeah, thanks, so nice. It's just playing, and then stay upright. Okay, make a step forward, please. And lean forward again and do an O gesture around with your arms at the same time. Lean forward and do an O gesture. Great. And to your center again. Just let go. Okay, make a few steps backwards, just that you have space in front and that you can see another 2, 3 steps. Okay, and now do very slow steps forward. Yeah, just what eurythmic walking. Yeah, nice. Yeah, just very slow steps forward. And try to have your foot, yeah, just make a slow step forward. And you are this little girl who I'm not sure what the word is about fully. Yes. Okay, nice. And go backwards the same way. Very slow steps. No, just walking backwards. Yeah, exactly. Just how you feel best. Just how it feels good. Great. And then look towards the screen again, please. Yes, please. Go just 2 steps to the right that you are better in the center. Just 2 steps to the right. Thank you. Great. Perfect. Walk a circle, but always look towards us. You always walk towards us, a big circle. Yeah, exactly. And you are young, you are 12 years old, and you walk the circle. Great. And you do it one more time with a big, big O gesture in your arms. Make a big O gesture while you walk. Okay, and stop. Relax. And do the same, turn 90 degrees, and to finish, do the same. Walk half a circle. You are the young, beautiful girl. And then let go. Relax. Sit down, and we are all so grateful that you dare to show. Yeah, allow us to watch you doing things. And relax. Now, Daniela, you are now in the listening part, and me too. Okay. We only listen to 3 groups. What do you want to share? Speakers, speak.
Oh, come on, Anna. Come on.
Anna, I'm curious what you have to say. Your microphone is muted. You're muted, Anna. You cannot, not possible. I can send you a request to switch on. Maybe this helps.
That's better.
Yes, you are on. You are on, Anna.
Yeah, I was just struggling there for 2 minutes. We struggled to with this patient because of the description, and then I think in our minds we maybe had like a preconceived idea of what Daniela would act out, and it was interesting because what she did was opposite of what I think we thought we would see. So then we saw a lot of this incongruent movement from what we thought we'd be seeing. So it was difficult to separate Daniela from her patient. So we struggled with that a bit.
So what did you see?
So for example, one of the things is the movements were very precise, well thought through. And even when she's, leaning forward, she's moving quite far forward and leaning back. We thought that the movements would have been a bit more, maybe chaotic, a little less concrete.
Anything else you saw which made you ask her, what was not expected?
We felt like, she's very upright, and well, the other thing, actually, one of the first things we mentioned was that when she was doing the movements, she wasn't facing us. Even when she had to do the O, walking the O, she wasn't making any engagement or contact with us directly. So not facing us as well. So again, that disconnect came through from that as well.
You expected that she would make more contact?
Yeah.
No, actually, we didn't expect that. We felt that she was not making this contact. And the point was, it was so beautiful to see how it's impossible maybe for someone else to represent the person, because that's as a diagnosis tool, we were seeing Daniela, not the patient. And then we were making an image of the patient in our heads.
This we do not know. I just want to say we do not know if we saw Daniela or the patient. Yeah. We just don't know. Yeah. She imagined the patient and we don't know what happened. You saw the body of Daniela, but which movement we saw, or if it was a mixture, or we don't know. We just go with what we have. Yeah. You. So, and I just took down now there was the movement was not chaotic as expected, but very precise. Yeah. Or concrete. And she didn't take up contact with us in the screen, the people who were watching her. These two things I noted down, for the moment. And if it's a true perception or not, we can still leave open. Okay.
There was one more point, just one more point that was quite important to me, and all of us, we seem to agree, was she was very present. Like the movements were like showing a presence.
Yep. Okay, next group.
Yeah, I was with Farah, and I also at the beginning had the impression like it looks very good actually. That it's a very capable patient in terms of those movements, and also I had this feeling that it's really tricky, like it's very, very complex, that the problems that Daniela mentioned are just the surface, and there is something buried deep underneath. What I saw, especially when walking the circle, was that there was small stumblings when she had to cross the legs, as if the right and left didn't cooperate really that well. I had this, and I don't know if I imagined it or it was actual a fact. To me, the second circle walking seemed as if she stopped in 3/4 of the circle, like she didn't finish the circle. But again, I don't know if it was just my illusion or not seeing well the scene, or if it actually really happened. And then we discussed also some therapeutic gestures, but I don't want to. I don't know if this is the place or
bringing now for time reason that we do not make a second round. Just make a few suggestions. Yeah.
Okay, so we both agreed on B for boundaries, given the fact that I saw this quote in Individual Pediatrics or somewhere in the textbook, anthroposophic pediatric textbook, that the incontinent bladder is the soul's tears, cry of the soul. So B for borders and boundaries. I also thought about L and A, but Farah said that it would or could be too much for the child, and before that she suggested as a preparatory step she would offer the child to walk or massage the sole of the foot with copper rods and do some M. And
with
that's
the
about
feet
it.
During the massage.
Yes, as a preparation for threefold walking. Yeah, copper rod walking and M gesture.
Thank you, Branislav. Can we go on to group 3? Yeah, to hear from them. Maya and Dragana.
So we noticed how there was some. I think Maya was saying how for her upper and lower spheres were the polarity in those could be worked upon. And for me, my impression was that when she was leaning back, she was very kind of, the amplitude was kind of quite amazing, and then when she was maybe going forward, then it kind of less so. We were thinking whether that's related to kind of future, but that improved with the O, with doing O with your hands. Yeah. And then including, then improve. I mean, improve. It didn't kind of improve, but improve. I think it was interesting to see then O in a circle. How is that kind of then in terms of orientation towards future was it's quite kind of quite kind
again
of,
about O and future. I'm not clear the connection. Why do you bring future in?
Not clear either. But,
no, I'm not.
Well, for me, main thing is like this forward and backward. But I think Maya may comment more on. I think she was talking more about O and I can't remember. Sorry.
Okay, I can jump in.
Yeah,
please. Yeah.
I thought the movement was very balanced. However, the polarity between gravity and levity could be more obvious. That somehow there is a lack of gravity. And the other thing is that this leaning forward, which I assume is movement towards future, and the Jupiter sphere and the O with the Jupiter planet because of anxiety and asthma and the gender issue, that maybe, I mean, for sure there is some fear of the future that can be seen in that not being able to move forward in a relaxed way.
Okay. So you have shared your observations, huh? Most of them, not all of them, I'm sure. And are there more therapy proposals? I heard the B, I heard do something with the feet, yeah? Bring the soul, yeah? And did I understand right that the O somehow does her good, helped her, improved her way of walking the circle, or was it the other way around? The O was too much taking her out of herself. That was Dragana, huh? I wasn't sure. Did you say the O, you observed a lot, it brought her much forward, but was it also helpful or rather not?
But I think I mean, this is just my impression, might not be correct, but when she was going forward, it was when she was doing O with forward without moving, it was kind of almost helping her. But then she's going in a circle, then it somehow got a little bit, as Brian was saying, I think confused in a way, little bit. I mean, not, but it's like it, because she was going from her head, trying to think about what So somehow something became more obvious. I'm not sure. So
yeah. Daniela, how does these things you hear arrive at what you, at your inner picture?
Yeah, I felt very happy at one point to hear that that the child looked capable, because at the beginning, after the first hesitations, I felt happy that I could do this movement, and that I felt almost like a healing coming from the movements already. So I don't know if this is what you are looking for as a, you know, as a summary of what I've heard, but it felt like I can go back to this patient and give the trust that I've received, because I was capable of making the movements. I was proud, like a child, to show the movements.
So maybe you felt seen, huh? I don't know. What I saw was, I'm not sure, but I felt a certain, I saw that the upper system had such an amplitude and the lower system was very much, controlled. Yeah, the legs were just like this, and up there you had this, yeah. And the steps always were a little bit like questions, searching, yeah. Always asking a question, or became insecure, as Dragana said, but it's always like, yeah, there was a insecurity, not because of balance, but more about what's going to happen. Yeah, am I on the right way?
Yeah,
and
but
what
that
I
might be
saw,
me more. Okay, that might be me more than the child. I don't know that one.
I
That
don't
is,
know. And when I said put your feet to the right and left, I felt a certain resistance to really open the legs and stand broad. Yeah, and you started with the right leg, and they were strong, and the left leg hardly dared to move. Yeah, and then you again have the soul needs some sort of protection or something, and left stands for soul. Yeah. So the right, the control side would make a step, the awakeness, and the left side, and the, yeah. Okay. But I would suggest that we do not try to make proposals now, but Daniela takes it with her, that the courage to do something, yeah, that we can accompany you in your attempts, huh? But do not say from what we cannot say what should be done. Would this be okay for you, Daniela?
yes.
And
Yeah.
you just see maybe what kind of ideas come to you during the week. And when you have unexpected ideas, maybe you share them with us. Yeah.
Okay.
If this feels good.
Yeah, this feels perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Great. Yeah. And what we do, and my idea was, I just repeat that we invite sense perception into our reflection. Yeah. And that this might change the way of, the inspirations we get. That's why I said, yes, we just watch, observe, and afterwards we think after we have watched. That's why it fits into this, what we are doing here, very well. So if you don't mind, I just continue with what I have prepared for the last 10 minutes. And now I throw on you six consonants, because second part is consonants for the moment. And you have the alphabet, which is A, B, C, yeah, and then a sequence of sounds comes where Steiner says they are formed together, calming sequence. D, E, F, G, H, yeah? Yeah, let go. And then he continues and says what comes, G, K, H, yeah? And then he says, and what comes then? This sequence is an energizing sequence. L, M, N, P, Q, R. Yeah? And this, I think, would be quite nice to look at And there you can just continue a little bit experimenting. Yeah. The sounds are not so much known, P and Q, yeah. But yeah, let's give it a try. And then we can share in person, yeah, when we meet. Yeah. And we just very briefly take time to arrive at ourselves as the general idea of eurythmia. When I feel myself, all the countercurrents, everything will happen what I need. And then I can let go, but I'm not falling, but yeah, just because I feel myself, the letting go starts carrying me, making me upward. The L we know already, yeah? And the legs just participate gently, yeah? L is known. L. And then it's followed by an M, yeah? That you just M, you move, stream forward, and you stream backwards towards yourself, M. And you start flowing behind your shoulders. And then you go forward, and your legs just follow a little bit. And you come back. These sounds already familiar to you. And the N is somehow you reach out to something out there and you touch it with your fingers, as if you would glue your fingers, yeah, you soft, some juice on your fingers, and then you just can lift what is there and pull it towards you. And maybe you make a step back. So you go out there, you connect, and you just, the first step would be you pull what is out there towards you until you feel it reaching your body. And you let go. Relax, make a little step, and if you stand one foot in front, the other one behind, yeah, the legs can follow a little bit, that you touch something out there. You gently let it come towards you, and by doing this, you make a step backwards. You let go with your fingers, you go out, and you go backwards. And let go. There could be said a lot about the N, but the main thing is it's Pisces in a way. You are somehow looking behind the things. Let's do it one more time. You ask a question, you touch a surface, and then somehow you ask you bring it towards you, that it touches you, and then you inwardly you feel, yeah, the essence of it. Yeah. Yeah, and this makes you look behind these things. And now, when we do these three sounds again, the invitation is, it's a journey. At the L, you somehow feel the space around, and you have the feeling what is around you. That's you form this L gesture, L. Your arm, your whole body is moved by energies around you, L. With the M, it's something in between. I move it, but maybe it's also the way my feelings which stream there. Or I receive and it takes my arms along. And yeah, and you just And this the N, you can somehow have the feeling you touch something and then I pull it. I'm in my arms. And again, I go out and I'm in my arms. Okay, and then a wave is coming, a wind, and takes me back. But I touch, I'm in my arms, and it brings me a step back. And let go and breathe. So that's just a therapeutic idea that the L is something which is moved from without, and the N, I'm more in my body, in my muscles to bring it about. And the M is something in between. So it's already a path towards, yeah, my embodiment, L, M, N. Now I'm there. And the P is that you reach out with your hands in surroundings, and then you feel the ankles of your hands, and then you just, if you would take a cloth or something, you take it and you pull it towards you, as if you would dress yourself, yeah? Steiner brings the example of a policeman who puts on his uniform or the stars, so you go out there and you pull it towards you. And you feel it really arriving. Yeah. And so when you let go, it just expands by itself. And often you do the P, you can do it in 3 different directions, that somehow you just reach up and you just pull good energy from the light sphere towards yourself. And then you let go. And then you reach out to the side and you pull good energy towards yourself from left and right on your soul level. And you let go. And then you reach down into the spheres below, and again you feel your ankles, and you pull like as if you would put trousers on or skirt, good energy from below. And then you relax. So it's pulling energy towards you in a gentle way, but really embodying it. And the Q is again a step further. With the Q, Q is Ku, Ku, yeah? And there you lift your arms again, but not now not so far out, but you feel your upper arms. And then you use your upper arms to bring all energy which is under your upper arms into your body. Then you let this energy rise. And then you open your heart and you let it out. Ooh. And by sending it out, you are not losing yourself, but actually it reinforces what is in there. So let's try once again. You feel your upper arms, you really use your gentle energy to compress. You let it rise. Ooh. Yeah. And with the feeling, I'm here. I'm not there. No, ooh, I let it stream and I'm the well of it. I feel strong. Last time, compression, gentle. You feel the inner, the water rises. Ooh. Yeah. But you feel strong here. All 6 sounds, one after the other. L moved from the outside. L. M. Do I move? Is it moving? Question. N for the first time, and I invite, come. N, I want to know more. I feel into my inner. relax. P, I invite good energies to come in. P, I let go, relax. I pull energies in from the side. P, I pull them up. I invite the energies from below. Come on. P, you already feel, yeah, they stay. When I let go, they stay in my body. And with the K, I make it even stronger. I use my own will system. Please come along. I let my energies rise. Ooh. But I'm completely with myself. I feel my strength. Ooh. And to finish, Steiner says, and now start mixing these energies, do an R to finish with, that you just gently create a circle with your hands, that in your upper system you stream out without losing yourself. With the lower system you create the streaming in, rising of energy, yeah? To somehow feel what we have been doing in the L, M, N, P, Q, R, P, Q. It's just creating a nice mixture of the 5 sounds before. And then let go. And feel where you are and slowly sit down and listen to the resonance. And it was a lot what I brought, but yeah, I just wanted to bring it that we have something we can, the whole piece, we can then again look at it together. Or you experiment with the whole sequence in one way or the other. And while doing it, I was wondering myself if maybe some elements of this could be helpful for Daniela's line. Yeah, the P and the B, there's a relationship. P is also done for incontinency. Yeah, bringing the energies together. Yeah. Strengthening the lower system. Building up trust. Good. I want to say thank you. And just one remark. In 2 weeks' time, Christiane from South Africa and I will start a eurythmic therapy course over 8 weeks where we do the jump, all the consonants and the jumps belonging to it. And it will be a course really going systematically through all the exercises with the legs. And it could be too much, but it could also be wonderful to go through it also together, because then you really have a full picture. And that's what I'm not bringing. I bring the things which you can do yourself, yeah? And then these more directly working into the lower system, the body with the jumps and so on. It's for sure, it's better you have a training in how to move it, not to make it too artificial. But there you would get an overview of what is possible. And I will send you the information, in my email tonight, and then you can decide what you want to do. And it's not sure, we ask a little bit of money, but I would just, as we are a group together, I give you a 50% group discount, if that's possible. Yeah, that. But I'm not pushing you towards it, but it would be an opportunity to have a very intense kind of being on the path together.